All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash.
double honors to our elder apostles as well as our elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word truth, sincerity, and indeed. We are a branch of the branch of Great Millstone, Chicago, reporting live from the belly of the beast. Another Saturday with some more of it.
This is the book of Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. We're prophesying against Babylon the Great. And I was watching a video that what's your man name? Be giving all the news and the breakdowns of the geopolitical things. Adrian and Paul and Adrian. All right, you know the old dude looked like Wolfman Jack with all the hair. All right, and he actually had he was on with the Brady Bunch thing. You know the with all the different faces in the box. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, all the cameras.
Yeah, you know, with all the different people are on, and Scott Ritter was like one of the main speakers on there, and and Scott Ritter was breaking down how basically Russia is the world superpower at this point militarily. That they, that Russia is boasting and pretty much has proven that it has air and sea superiority. It definitely has missile superiority over America. All right, and then they talked about how this thing can only lead to World War III, and they're all in despair. They're all worried and panicking and saying we got to pray for America. But see, they don't understand the prophecies. Their understanding is limited because your man Paul, I watch him and he always gives out good information, but then he jumps on the Jesus juice. All right, and that God loves everybody. The Bible never said anywhere that the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, loves all people. It doesn't say that anywhere. All right, if in John 3:16, that's not it. You have an extreme lack of understanding to the point now that even Christians are copying us. They're trying to teach like us, but they don't have the understanding. All right. Got something?
Yeah, I got a quick one. This Isaiah 40 and 17. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing in vanity.
Right, and they teach that to the small hats. All right, I was watching a video with what's his name, Blumenberg, Blumendum. I'm trying to get his name right. One of them made up ish sounding names, but he was talking about how he grew up in America. And he went to school here in America, but he was being taught that his flag is the blue and white, meaning the Israeli flag.
Right.
All right, and that they're the preeminent people.
Right.
And everybody else is under them. They're taught that, and they teach that. But then it's a problem because the Bible teaches that. When we teach that, the Bible teaches that too. We just teach that it's not them because it's not, and that's factual. That's why they want to even allow them. It's illegal for Israeli citizens to get a DNA test. All right? And if I'm not mistaken, there was a Benjamin Milkowski, all right? Some people refer to him as Netanyahu, but his birth name, Benjamin Milkowski, he's behind that. Okay? But somebody get John 17:9.
I got it. This is John 17:9. It says, I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
All right, so who is the them? Who is it? He said he prays not for the world. Who is they? All right, who is that group of people? All right, and then who is the them that was given unto him? You have to go into these things, explain these things. You got something?
Yes, sir. This is the book of Psalms 147, starting at verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nations.
Right, so the other nations, he haven't dealt with them on that level there. Right? He hasn't dealt with them at all. Somebody get what did you just read? Somebody get Joel. Go ahead and finish it, brother.
Psalm 147 and 20. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them.
So they have not known them, all right? And they'll say that the Lord came for the sinners. Well, the only people who can sin are the Israelites, all right? Them who were there when the covenant was made, all right? When Moses sprinkled that blood and read those laws and everybody agreed, in that account, Moab wasn't there, Esau wasn't there, Ammon wasn't there, Elam wasn't there, Ham wasn't there, Ashur, none of the people in that crafty council, none of them were there, right? When that covenant was made, okay? And we broke that covenant, which is why we, as a people, are on the bottom. The beautiful part of it is that the curses that are upon us, we can see it's falling upon our enemies. All right, death is covering them like a blanket. I got that news break app, and every day there's crazy stories of death, and most of the death as of lately has been Edomites, women, children. All right, the Lord, He's removing their heads from among them. Right? Now the pretenders, the imposters who claim to be us, they still get protections in the court because they commit all sorts of crime, from pedophilia and all sorts of things in Hollywood and within their religious places. All right, with them making babies, sodomites. You know, they just out the womb, just got here, and you turn them into a sodomite. All right, put your mouth on them and stuff like that, man. All right. Those guys that do things like that, and all the syphilis and the herpes is being spread because of these so-called religious men, right? They're protected in the courts, still. But the average Edomite, they catching hell out here, man. They get pulled over, they get beat up by cops, they get mugged and robbed, they die in violent deaths, you know? Yes, speaking of, mentioned it, and I've been talking about it, but in the last 4 or 5 weeks, five different people, I know at least 3 of them were Edomites, have all been killed by reptiles. All right, a woman. Now, one Edomite got swallowed by a python, by like a 30-foot python. Another woman got swallowed by like a 30-foot anaconda. All right, which means they get wrapped up and squeezed until their death left, until their life left them, crushing their bones, popping their eyes out the socket, right? And then it came up, grabbed their head and swallowed them whole. That's how they died. All right, so them two, you had a 12-year-old girl in Australia, got grabbed by a 14-foot crocodile, ripped to pieces and half eaten. They tracked that one down and killed her. All right. Then you had 2 women in America, both got eaten by alligators, all right? One by a 15-footer and the other one by a 14-footer. And the one woman was 40 years old. She got swallowed whole. She was a little woman. The alligator grabbed her, slammed her a few times, and just literally grabbed her head and just swallowed her, all right? And then the other one was the 80-year-old woman at the old folks' home in Florida with the dog, all right? And all this happened within like the last 4.5 weeks, man. All right? And so that hedge of protection is not only is it coming off the Edomite, but on women in general. Because the scriptures clearly say, be at ease, you women. All right? Because the woman in Babylon is boasting herself over the man. And the majority of them don't even believe in the Most High. All right? They don't believe in the Lord, man. Go ahead.
This is a story of this is how you know the judgment of the Lord. This is a story of a bear. A lady was hiking, an Edomite, and the bear grabbed her and threw her off the cliff. Okay, 120. She said the bear tossed her 400 feet to her death.
Damn,
that's a bear.
Man,
so the Lord is even using the other animals.
She was the ops. That bear threw up that claw. She ain't threw back up.
She had time to think all the way down.
Damn, that's right. She was pondering her life. Damn.
She chose to live.
Right, she chose the bear.
No,
God
she
knows.
chose the bear. Oh shit. Hey, that's what happens. Read it. They chose the bear. All right. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, and verse 7. And the Lord God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee will persecute thee. So all these curses are going upon these Edomites. That's why so much destruction happening upon them.
I got one for you real quick. This is the book of Sirach 39 and 28. The point is at 30. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore throats. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right? Because the Lord got spirits in the earth that's ultimately what? You know,
Hey, somebody look up that word appease.
The Lord ultimately has spirits set up on the earth to ultimately, you know, to deliver that judgment. You know?
Yeah, you're gonna have that Jason and Mike Myers spirit, you know, roaming around here, man. All right. I mean, like for real, for real. Okay, you're gonna have them roaming around here, you know, when them days come, and those days are near at hand, man.
It says, verse 29, it says, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance, which we're going to see a lot of as the society collapses. It says, verse 30, it says, teeth of wild beasts. You know, the brothers were just talking about how ultimately what? A lot of these Edomites are being killed by these different animals and things of that nature. It says, verse 30 says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents. It says, and the sword punishes the wicked to destruction. Right, these are the different things that Yahweh Shai is setting up the wicked for. You know, pure destruction.
Yeah, and going back to that story, talking about, I'm gonna have to read that again. But you know, reading on that story, man, that girl that got thrown off the cliff, she got mauled and then thrown off the cliff, and her boyfriend was standing right there. All right, and Esau keeps doing something real stupid. They keep building homesteads next to forest areas because they want to live lavishly. They keep building near the swamps, near the Everglades. They keep building near the forest at the base of the mountains, you know, like in the Rockies. And there's 5 states that touch the Rockies. The Rockies is big as hell, man.
Yep.
So you got Colorado, because a lot of shit is happening in Colorado because they keep building closer and closer to the base of the mountain in those forest areas. And so them bears and them cougars and those mountain lions, the bears and the wolves,
Yeah.
all right, and even coyotes, all right. You keep building close to the forest. Then another thing happens when they build next to the forest, the fires,
Yeah.
all right, because you got a human presence in a place that's dried out, and you know animals don't smoke. They're not driving by and throwing lit cigarettes out the window in their cars, you know. But when you get people, I mean, if you just walk from here to there, you can probably count, you know, about 500-600 cigarette butts just this one block alone, from this end to the other. Now, if this was some dry grass and brush, you know, this shit would be burning up all the time. This nasty ass Westerners got that nasty habit, you know, of always smoking something. You know, he had it, but you bring out yours too. I got
This is the definition of the word appease. To pacify or to placate someone by acceding to their demands. To relieve or satisfy a demand or feeling. To satisfy, fulfill, to gratify.
So when he read that they lay on sore strokes and it appeases the wrath of him that sent them, the Lord is rejoicing as she was screaming in pain for her life, probably calling her boyfriend's name. All right? Probably called on Cesare a few times too. Okay? And he didn't show up. Because Cesare is a bitch nigga.
That's right.
He ain't want no parts of that bear. You know, he told that bear, nope. All right?
As the bear dragged her away.
Yeah. What could he do? He probably tried to throw rocks at it, scream at it, scare it off. He tried to do something to make it stop. But then he realized, you know, he ain't really love her that much. And he's probably about to break up with her anyway.
Exactly.
He was like, damn, I ain't even got to break up with this bitch. Now he gonna get all the sympathy and the other new hoes.
Yeah.
Oh, you poor, oh, that's so horrible.
He gonna praise the Lord.
You know, and like the stupid, you know, I sent out that video to a couple of the brothers with the chick that came on the TikTok bragging about how she the one dude she met, she told him this guy thought he could get with me. I smashed him and I smashed him and ghosted him, right? And then all my friends smashed him and ghosted him. I'm like, bro, come on.
Right, dummy.
I'm like, and she's like, he thought he was good enough to be with us. Shit, that nigga like, hey, you got any more friends that want to ghost me? I'm like, this goes to show you the stupidity of women, man. That he ran through that, he skeeted up their whole squad. And they thinking he lost. Like, yeah, girl, I ghosted him too.
Right.
He's like, okay, yeah, well, next.
Yeah, that just goes to show the mindset of our people, of all the people in the world. Hey, this is why the Lord is putting out that spirit of vengeance.
Yeah.
Hey, because adding on to that definition of appease, in the online etymology, it says to pacify one who is angry. Hey, so that was just straight the spirit of the Lord that was on that beast to maul that woman like that in front of her husband. You know, hey, that pleased the Lord, man. Well.
Hey, there was a woman that was keeping kids away from the man, and she said the only way you're gonna see them is if you kill them. And the dude ended up shooting.
That was me.
See? That's what you expect, man.
Yeah, man. You see? So that going back to what we were talking about. That this is all about the elect, man. And only the elect. Because when it says them that was given unto him, it's talking about the elect, man. All right, it wasn't talking about all of Israel. And it clearly and definitely is not talking about the lineage. All right, because eventually all Israel shall be saved. All right? But that's in the kingdom. You can't, 2/3, you can't remove their cup from them. It's like Yahushua had to take his cup, we had to take our cup. Right? You know, the hopeful elect had to suffer among the 2/3. We got to suffer among you now. You 2/3 niggas and spiggles, we got to suffer among you now and suffer you. Always embarrassing us, making us look bad. You know? And helping to, you are helping to forward our affliction by your behavior, the way you act. All right? So they don't want talking about you.
Yeah, it's Romans 9:26, and the point is in 27. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power.
Right. So somewhere where the Israelites are, okay, it's saying that if they say they shall be called as people, what that means is that they're not being called as people, which cancels out the people in Israel right now.
Exactly.
Because read it again.
It
You
says
have to really look at the whole scripture from each angle when you read. Read it again.
Romans 9:26. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power.
Right, so that means that the Israelites will not be called by their name. They're going to be called by something else.
Right.
All right. That also means that someone is an imposter.
Exactly.
And there's scriptures to clarify that. All right, and we'll get into that soon after we go ahead, brother. There's more.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Verse 27. Isaiah also crying concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea.
Somebody get it what the prophet said at first. The Lord was quoting the prophet. Go ahead. I mean,
Hosea 1:10.
so just get it.
A remnant shall be saved.
The remnant. All right, and this is Matthew 1:21. I'm gonna start at 20. And it reads, but while he thought on these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream, saying, Joseph, thou son of David. Right? Now, this is also how you know that the Lord came out of the loins of Joseph. Because in Revelation 22:16, somebody get it real quick. He said that he is the root offspring of David. Let you know that he is of the sperm of David. Destroying the Immaculate Conception. They come with that lie because they take away nationality when they teach that. When you teach an Immaculate Conception, you're taking away seed line. And the Bible's never said that. Man has said that. All right? But that's not what the Bible says. The Bible clearly gives you the lineage of the Lord from father to father. All right? From sperm to sperm. All right? Not from some angel that came and had his way with Mary, stepping on her head and pulling her hair.
Right.
All right? Say my name. That's not what happened. And then send her back to Joseph. Was that the Fat Joe law? Wasn't that one of Fat Joe's? I know Biggie. He said, nothing more I can do, I'll send her home to you. Some shit like that. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 16. It says, I, Yahushua, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root of and the offspring of David.
So that's what we're testifying in the churches when you go your dumb ass to church tomorrow. All right? You go tell that preacher that he's lying because the Lord said he is the root and the offspring of David, which means that he is Joseph's son. Because Joseph was the root and offspring of David. He was in that sperm line. All right? Let me finish this. But while he thought on these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream, saying, Joseph, thou son of David, fear not, and take unto thee Mary, thy wife, because he was already popping Mary before the official marriage. That's what was going on here. For that which is conceived in her is holy, is of the Holy Ghost. All right? And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt name his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins. Only the Israelites can sin because only the Israelites are under the covenant. All right? They were the only people given the laws. That's it. All right? Christianity destroyed. Period. They have nothing to say.
Real quick.
Come.
Can I bring out this definition real quick?
Go ahead,
For
brother.
that word conceive that the elder just read in that Matthew is and it says of men who father children. Simple as that, man.
Damn.
Of men who father children.
Put that in the group.
Yes, sir.
Put it
You
in
gotta
order.
have seed to conceive, man.
Put it in orders because men begot children, women bear children.
That's right.
All right? When a woman bears children, she's bearing your seed.
Yep.
When a woman bends over, open her legs, or however shit happens, right from the side, whatever, however it happens, when she conceives that child, that child is that man's seed line. All right? And women need to come to understand that it's your baby, but it's his bloodline. Okay?
Yep.
As simple as that. It's your baby, yes it is your child, but it's his bloodline, his family line just grew, not yours.
Exactly.
All right? If you have brothers, your family is growing through them. Your nieces and nephews, or your nephews actually, from your brother, if you're a woman. All right? Your nephews is how your family keeps going. Now that goes to show you how there's a difference between men. Because here you are, you're the brother, you're the man of your family, and you got sisters, all right? And their children, though they be family, yes, they're your family, but they don't forward your bloodline. Exactly. The brother's children, sons do. The sister, it's like the sister's children, though they are, now don't misconstrue this. They are important, but they're not that important. And the reason I say that when it comes to bloodline, they're not that important because they're the bloodline of other men. You understand? Do you get that? Do you see the importance of it? That's what they call the family jewels.
That's right.
All right, how kings would keep taking on wives until a wife bear them a son, and then the wives you already had are all mad and upset because they keep having daughters. All right, because his daughters aren't going to bring forth his line. Okay, that's why a king would take on another wife and take on another wife. All right, until he had a wife to start popping out sons for him. Okay.
If I may, on a real note, and science will tell you that the lineage is traced through the man because only the man makes the Y chromosome. So every man came from his man. Only men make men. So how can a woman give birth to a man of another nation if he came from somewhere else?
Exactly.
A black woman only can produce whatever you put in her.
Whatever you put in her is what's coming out.
And that's science. So
It's
if you don't trust this, trust your science.
Kind. So That would mean Candace Owens' children are tares. They're little light brown, yellow bone, whatever you want to call them, red bone, they're tares. All right, Tia and Tamara. And you would watch them try to dance and you see that tearness come out.
Oh yeah, they can't dance at all.
All right? You see, when you see them move, you see that tearness come out, man. They look like you, but they are not of you. All right? All right, these brothers move. Go ahead.
Acts chapter 2. This is confirming that Yahushua was from David.
Come.
Acts 2:30. Therefore, being a prophet and knowing that God has sworn by the oath to him that from the fruit of his loins, according to the flesh, that he would raise up Yahushua to sit on his throne.
Wow, according to the flesh. Do we need to get Romans? What you got, brother?
Romans 1:3. It says, concerning his son, Yahushua Mashiach our Lord, which was made of the seed of David according to the flesh. Meaning what? That Yahushua what? Came from the seed of David? No. He had a physical father. No, not the whole immaculate conception that the world teaches.
Here's the book of Acts chapter 13, in verse 22. And when he had removed from him, talking about King Saul, he raised up unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David the son of Jesse, a man after my own heart, who shall fulfill all my will. Of this man's seed hath God, according to his promise, raised unto Israel's Savior, which is Yahushua.
Right, because Israel has enemies, man. All right, still to this day, and they need saving. We need to be saved. All right, just go on TikTok, or go on Instagram and look at our women. All right, look at our men. We need to be saved. We need to be cleaned up, man. All right.
Anybody get that Daniel where it says it hasn't been done like it's done unto Israel? Basically, that's what shows the difference of us going through those struggles, going through those curses. Yeah, beat the fuck up, man. Like it says in Esdras, in order for the good to be planted, everything in order right now has to be set fully upside down in order for the good to be planted, man. So everything that you consider, all right, in this world as order or structure, there's not gonna be no democracy. There's not gonna be, hey, Yahushua is gonna be like, what do you think about it, boo? There ain't gonna be none of that shit, man.
Right, like he's gonna sit down with the other nations.
Everybody's gonna talk about it.
Right, all the other nations are going under the boot of Yahushua.
That's right, King of Kings. He's gonna come get him.
And we're gonna be joint heirs and made the judges. So that means we're gonna be just like Yahushua, Joshua called those men over and said, stand on their necks. You all right? We were standing on them. All right, while they laying on the ground, so letting them know they helpless. Like that your life is in our hands. You work for us now. All right? Let them know you work for us.
Hey, there's some of them straight to the gallows. They're like, hey, you see them things? Them's for you.
This book of Revelation 19 and 12 is based on what the brother Ariella said. How was I to come back and just discuss with these, people like me. But this book of Revelation 19 and 12, it says his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. He had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Meaning what? Yahushua is coming back to us to take these nations down. Now, of course,
I think that's where it says King of Kings. Because there's not going to be no democracy. There's not going to be a democratic vote for leadership.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, this wasn't even the forecast. This was nothing but the Lord. This wasn't in the forecast. Just like a couple days ago, it said it was going to rain and it didn't. Then it said it was going to be like 80 degrees and it stormed all day. So the Lord, it keeps, Esau will give you a forecast and the Lord will do the complete opposite, man. He's letting them know that they're not empowered, that he is, man.
Right.
Because it looked like we might get rained out. All right? See, I mean, it was hot as hell. Now it's cooled off.
No.
All of it, like out of nowhere.
Hey, not to mention them sticks are going to get wet at that fest on 39th. So let the Lord ruin their plans.
Yeah, they having a big party in Westtown right now too.
And Lincoln Park.
They got the Westtown Fest going on.
We got a bunch of choices.
And there's a lot of bitches.
Let's go, Bart. GM Sex, thou shalt get another one.
Yeah, because I passed through there on my way here, and all I saw was, booty shorts and sundresses.
Jake better wait till sundown, though. Jake already getting hot, bro.
Yeah,
I already
that's
see
right,
it, bro.
because it's still the Shabbat, bro.
Nah, no.
Okay? Let's
It
get
got
back
cloudy. The sun didn't go down.
Con, let's get back to the scripture.
This is Daniel 7, 7 and 18. It says, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever."
That's right, man. We're not gonna ask for anything. He said we take it. All right. You know, I watched. I recently rewatched the whole series of the Walking Dead, man. And it was kind of rough watching, 8 through 11. All right. But what I did enjoy was, I think it was 6 all the way when that one group was going around, and the way they kept order, because they would fight over stuff. And he said the way we do things is just simply right. He said if you see something you like, you say claim. Right. And then ain't no man, right? So if you claim it first, everybody has to respect it.
Correct.
Anybody didn't have to respect it, he would say correct them, and everybody would give that person a beat down. Right? That's what he would do. Right? If a dude like you claim something and another guy tried to take it, the whole squad would beat that person down.
Y'all been warned.
That's what he would tell him. He was like, "Oh, I see you. He needs some correction. Correct him." He would get corrected. All right. Then he said, "Okay, he had enough. Leave him alone," and dude would fall back in line. But that's as simple as that. And Yahushua coming to claim everything. That's right. All right? He's coming to claim everything. Why? Because it's been given unto him, and the hopefully elect are joint heirs with him. That's why he said in Psalms 2 and 8, he will give us the nation. So we're not being carnal when we see something we like and we say claim.
We're actually reclaiming that royal mentality because
Exactly.
we're letting us know, look, hey, unbeknownst to y'all, we was kings. And we reigned.
And actually, the truly educated of them are very well aware of them. It's only the dumbasses that don't know that.
Right.
Right?
And they're typically the ones that go hardest for these common boy warriors. The Vikings were in black. How dare you?
Right. That means that you refuse to look at the evidence.
Right.
Which is typical of Esau. That's what he does in his courts. When you bring evidence that disproves his theories or his science, he's like the deaf adder.
Right. He throws the monopoly board.
Oh, he does.
This is the book of Daniel 2 and 44. It says, "In the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever."
That's right. It's going to break in pieces, man. Meaning, hey, people about to get their ass whooped, man.
Shared dominion? Is that what it says?
Flops are about to be given.
Article.
Bring it out.
This is just now breaking news. Election updates. Trump rushed off stage at rally after what sounded like gunshots.
And then he said he didn't want to be in Milwaukee, remember?
Hey,
he said, I don't want to go to Milwaukee.
Hey, the chaos is coming, man.
Hold on.
The chaos is definitely
That's
coming.
like that Civil War
Look up
movie.
right here. It looks like somebody hit him with something.
Let me see, check the source.
Yeah, he got tackled.
It's New York Times.
Yeah, he got tackled.
You got tackled. Okay.
That's what happened. When the Secret Service come to protect you, they come in hard. They literally jump, put their bodies in front of him. He probably got headbutted, tackled. They jumped in front of him, and he got busted up.
Hey, man.
All right.
We hating on Trump, man.
That's why. But you know what? Yeah, leave Trump alone, man.
613.
Let him do his job.
Let Nero do his
Trump
job.
get in office. Well, look, either way it goes, Trump gets in office, World War III coming quick.
Let's go.
Right? If they try to stop Trump from getting in office, Civil War is coming, and then World War III is coming. So it's all of it's got to come, man. It's no way out of this, man. You will not be able to politic and talk your way out of this ass whooping. Any brother ever see Judgment Night? That scene with Jeremy Piven on the rooftop. All right, so Judgment Night, it was supposedly here in Chicago. With Dennis, I think it's Dennis Leary, that Irish actor, that dude, and comedian, that dude a Jake, man. But and the one dude from Insane to the Membrane, what's that called? He was one of them rappers from that group, Cypress Hill. Yeah, them dudes Jake, man. But anyway, they were supposedly here in Chicago. They went to go see a game, and he thought he knew a shortcut, ended up in the hood, and they ended up in the projects and witnessed a shootout or a drug. I forget what happened. But there's a scene when they running through the projects trying to get away, and they threw a ladder and crossed to the other side, and all of his friends went to the other side. Because it was Cooper Gooding Jr., Jeremy Piven, and Emilio Estevez. And I forget who the other
Emilio!
And they crossed on over the other side and was waiting for him to cross, and he decided he wasn't gonna cross the bridge. I mean, he saw it and he got scared and said, fuck it, got back down. And he's wearing a $30,000 ring.
Wow.
So he turned around and tried to politic with them and show them the ring. And like, you know, yeah, there's more where that come from.
Right,
you know, I'm a trust fund baby, my daddy rich. Blah, blah. He's like, really? Oh, really? So your daddy rich, huh? As he's walking him to the edge of the roof, you know? And kept the ring.
Got him.
All right?
Got him.
And there you go. Walked his ass right to the edge of the roof. All right?
Bro, that's what they be
Say
doing,
good.
killing them white boys by the river, bro. Them hoes be taking them dudes and throwing them in that fucking river, bro. That's what they be coming up missing. Bastard just got found in that fucking river.
Yeah, man.
He hired people.
And apparently, so it's crazy. One of my coworkers, he say his son is one of the co-pastors at that church or some shit. Apparently, it was some shit going on where the bitch went out of town with his best friend from high school. He came back and was asking questions like, "Why y'all out of town together?" Because he caught their ass at the airport together. Dang. They got mad, killed the nigga, throw his ass in the river.
Yeah, I knew it was about a bitch because he was adulterous. I knew this nigga.
Wow. That's the pastor that ended up dead?
Yep.
So, man, I got a whole feed line of news articles that I haven't even read with all these crazy deaths just like that.
And he knew he was an Israelite.
Yeah.
So,
The name of the church is called New Israelite Baptist Church.
So the Lord, hey, all you false prophets, man.
Yes, right.
All right, when he says, just for anyone who's watching, so that you know, when he says, I pray not for them, he was included in that devil.
God,
yeah.
I was talking about the 2/3, because there is no amount of praying for your 2/3 brother, your 2/3 cousin, your 2/3 best friend back in the world, your 2/3 mama, your 2/3 daddy, all right?
Your 2/3 children.
Your 2/3 ass children that you left your man of the Lord for. All right? Dumbass. All right? You know, there's no covering for them. All right? You can't un-2/3 the 2/3. Shit. Point blank, period, man.
Another saying.
That's it.
Put that one in the back.
Said what? Who can make a crooked thing straight? Who can make it clean out of unclean?
Bring it out. You got something, brother? Bring it out.
It's the book of Jeremiah 5 and 26. Jeremiah 5 and 26, and it reads, Jeremiah 5 and 26 says, For among my people are found wicked men, they lay wait, and he that set of snares, they set a trap, they catch men. Right? And it says, as a cage is full of birds, so as that house is full of deceit, therefore are become great and waxing rich. Right? Talking about the wickedness of our people, man. You know? What our people technically do is what? They find new ways to get even more wicked. You know? As it says right here, it says, verse 28 says, they are waxing fat, they shine yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked, they judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. Right, they even wicked in the Esau, man. You know, the type of things that niggas come up with, man. You know, and the
They
things
perfect wickedness, bro. It's like, here's wickedness, let's perfect it.
They said Esau the border with us. You cross that border, it's gonna be killed on this.
Dang.
There it is. There it is. Go ahead,
Now
brother.
that's
Bring it out.
illegal immigration.
Read the book of Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth not his owner, and the ass is master's friend. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of people doers, children that are corrupted. They have forsaken the Lord, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel to anger. They have gone away backwards.
Yeah, and that's why the Lord is going to punish them, man. Right? That's why the Lord is going to, they're going to get that death by pain. Somebody can grab that.
I got a quick one for you.
Bring it out, brother.
It's Romans 9 and 6.
If
Not
you got something, brother, raise your hand, or, you know, so we can get it out. Go ahead.
speak up, brother. Not as though this Romans 9 and 6. Not as though the word of Yahweh have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel.
There it is, man. That's talking about the 2/3.
Here it is.
All right? There, you know, it's almost on this side, they Israelites for nothing. All right? Because the Israelite card is not going to help them on this side.
At all.
All right? They can't pull out. They gonna be like Jeremy Piven on that roof with that $30,000 ring. All right? We trying to negotiate.
It says it in James, right? It says that their silver and gold is cankered.
There it is,
They ain't
man.
gonna be able to buy their way out of their fucking judgment.
Right, you can exactly.
Fat mouth.
God. Bring it out, brother.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 9, and can I start over?
Absolutely.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 9 and 9. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
There it is, man. Because they casted away the words of the Lord despitefully. Right? They scoff. Right? They think that God gain is godliness, and scoff the men of the Lord. When none of the men of the Lord in the Bible, very few of them were wealthy.
Exactly.
Collectively, very few of them, man. And a lot of them that had wealth gave up their wealth. Right. Now, we're not saying that you got to give up your wealth, but I tell you this, what a lot of brothers don't know. Within the TMS, we got 7 men that were former NFL players. If you didn't know, you know now. You know? So they chose, they chose to suffer with their brothers than to live wickedly and deliciously. They like Moses did, man. All right? That's a heavy deal, man. And speaking on one particular brother, when the first time he came to Chicago, I remember we met him up there at the hotel. Yep. And I remember telling him, hey bro, don't talk to nobody about this. Keep this to yourself. I'm thinking he's just gonna be a secret disciple. Nah, that brother one of the most, they said he would give you fame. He's more famous now than he would have been in the NFL. All right? You know?
He gets more views on Saturday than we ever did on Sunday.
So, hey, and that's just a portion of the reward that he's about to get. Yeah. Okay? Bring it out, brother.
Back you up real quick. It's Proverbs 11:4. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death.
Yeah, so let's see, you and your Lexus bubble, whatever we're saying in the late 90s. You had the bubble. All right? But let's see if your bubble and your cars and your house and the money cars and the holes it ain't gonna mean nothing real soon. Right? It ain't gonna mean nothing. I saw an image that somebody had put in the group me, and I actually screenshotted it. I want to make a big picture of it, man. But it's a picture of a bunch of naked ass people getting grinded to death in the hourglass.
Oh yeah.
And it's like they're all screaming for their life. It's too late. They got caught in their adulterousness, in their wickedness, in their whether it be physical adultery, spiritual adultery, whatever it is, man. They got caught in it. They had no covering, right? Imagine all those women in there, all those women in that hourglass belong to some other man, all right? And they gonna get grind to powder and be a part of the dust that's going to be America when the Lord is finished with this place. All right, go ahead and show it to the cameras, brother. That's a very powerful image, man. Yeah, you got something? Bring it out, brother.
Psalms chapter 58, verse 10 says, the righteous shall rejoice when he sees the vengeance, and he shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
You know that's a part of my prayers every night? That right there is in my prayers every night. I pray to the Lord to allow me to wash my feet in the blood of the wicked. That's right. To spoil their houses and ravish their wives and dash the little ones against the stones.
That's right.
That's in my prayers every night, man. That's a part of my prayers. All right? Because somebody here on earth is going to be granted that duty. All right? And I pray that we all be a part of that, man. Okay? We're not going to kick in doors, we're going to float through them. It's like this nigga is floating.
No. They said about Prince.
Right.
He said Prince is floating.
No.
This is Psalms 8. This is Psalms 2nd chapter 8 verse. Ask of me, and I shall give the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thine possession.
Right. But in the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. All right, because when it says, a little one shall become 1,000, all those women aren't going to be Israelites.
GM sex.
Okay? A lot of them are going to be when you conquer and claim, and when you bring the other nations under subjection, you're going to find stuff you like.
You damn right.
If thou shalt find another wife,
that's going to read it. What did it say again?
read. If thou shalt get another wife,
thou shalt get another wife. So when somebody going into chains, all right, everybody going to be getting divvied out to their duty. There it is. Some gonna be going to the field, some gonna be going to the big house. All right? Bring it out, brother.
But that was talking about Yahweh Shai, man, that the brother just read. And Yahweh Shai said, well, we gonna be joint heirs, man, if we be of that elect number, right?
Shall we suffer with him?
God, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 25. It says, but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
And that's what we're battling to do now. We're trying to, because that's how you know nobody's saved yet. You have to overcome. You have to keep the works to the end. All right? You know, we got big brothers like Bun Lawyer that went to the spirit world. You know, Elder Nathaniel. All right, Elder Nate. Okay, Captain Lee. We got brothers who finished their work. They did this work literally until their death, man. So those brothers go. You know, to truthfully said, they better than we are right now.
That's facts.
Okay?
Subject to get sick, subject to fucking...
They really at peace right now. But at the Water Yahweh, we got extra voices up there for us.
That's right.
All right? Because they remember us.
That's right.
And they prayers, they like, Lord, you know, my brothers down there, they catching it. You know? And the Lord said they're going to be the first to get raised up. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 27, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
Hey, this is the greatest story ever told, and we're a part of it.
That's right.
Every good movie is about revenge.
That's right.
The best movies are about revenge, about the people on the bottom constantly catching hell, finally getting back at the wicked who've been oppressing them the whole movie. And when you're watching the movie, you can't wait for the bad guys to get it.
That's right.
Wait.
All right? And guess what? That's how the world feels about Esau Edom right now.
That's right.
The so-called white man. Because the whole world is coming against him and calling him out. I watched the video that the Lord wills I'm going to do a response to, but it's a Jewish guy calling the West the greatest terrorist that had ever existed, and they've always been the terrorists. All right? There's another video with another J00. This was a rabbi that said that, and another J00 basically giving up the goodies on Jim, what's his name? Jimmy, the comedian dude.
Jimmy Kimmel?
No. I can't think of his name right now. But he does, you know, he goes around the country. No. He's on the internet. I profile his videos all the time. I can't think of his name right now. Jimmy Dore, D-O-R. But basically, he had a guest on there, this J00, and you know, and he was breaking down, you know, how wicked they really are, and that they're the problem. You know, and he was breaking down how they, on October 7th, the official narrative is destroyed. That they did. This is why the whole world turned on them, because now the evidence is out that they orchestrated it and that they were the ones responsible for all the deaths of their own people. And all the people who said that got blackballed and discriminated against, and you know how they do. And now all the evidence is so overwhelming, they can't hide it anymore. This is why they so adamant about getting Benjamin Milkowski, bringing him up on crimes against humanity. All right? Because all the evidence is coming out that, you know, October 7th, everything that went down was nothing like they said it, man. That they got, and they basically been caught in a lie. All right? That's okay. When that time comes, the swords is going to be swinging. All right?
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians 1:6. It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And right, this so-called white man.
Righteous thing.
Yeah. And right, the so-called white man has been troubling us for decades.
Still troubling us.
Yep.
Ages.
Very day.
To this day.
And niggas want to be hand in hand with the so-called white man, man.
That's why niggas die every day, B.
They know they figures too.
That's right.
They, matter of fact, maybe, you know, I guess they kind of neck and neck. Because I can't say they love them more, because you got them jump in front of, what's his name, from the Boondocks? Uncle Ruckus. And then the character Tobias. You know, them weed sick niggas. Is weed sick? No, he's sick, nigga. You fine. You know? Yeah, absolutely.
This is the book of Jeremiah 30:16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
That's scripture. That's the Lord. Everybody that spoiled us and everybody that oppressed us and preyed upon us got to get spoiled. Has to be oppressed, and they have to be put in the chains. Thus saith the Lord, man. All right? And there ain't gonna be no time for no Stevens. No Steve. Right. Calvin! Right. No, ain't gonna be no time for none of those. Man. Right. You know? Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
And that's what's happening, man, because you got a lot of these JOOs and Christians that have done just that, and they're going to do that. Because if you're really paying attention, the narrative has been destroyed. All right? And all these different, pastors, both of our own people and of the heathens, the scholars are now starting to agree with the Hebrew Israelites about who the Israelites really are, because the evidence is just too overwhelming, and the fact that you still got a people trying to claim anti this and anti that every time you bring out evidence is just making them look, well, stupid, and making them look foolish and making them look hateful. It's like, come on, man, the gig is up. All right, we got you on videotape. We got you on video. We got your fingerprints. We got your DNA. We got your saliva. Yep. We got it all, man. And you still trying to say it wasn't me. All right, it wasn't me that wasn't me that stabbed them people in their back like that. Right. It was somebody else. Them. It wasn't us. It was the warriors. Them niggas.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, go ahead, brother.
This Obadiah 1:15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Hey, man, the Lord's. The Lord is going to get y'all, all y'all heathen, man. Not just Esau, but all of y'all, man, because y'all all took crafty counsel against our people, man. And that's the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
That's right. Who have been scattered to the four corners of the earth, exactly, among all people, man. Yep. And the biggest collection of them is here in Babylon.
That's right.
All right. This is where they are the most, man. Go ahead, bring it out.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, and verse 11. In that day, I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof.
Right. So the house of Judah and the house of Israel, man. That sign right there. That's a prophecy in itself. Us standing here, both northern and southern kingdom standing here in solidarity together as brothers, man. That's right. That's prophecy. That would happen. Yeah. We fulfilled that prophecy. That should give you incentive, courage, and faith. Yeah. Because Christianity's been around for what, 550 years, almost 600 years? God. And nobody has ever come out with a 12 tribe sign identifying who the people of the Lord are. Never. In that entire time. All right? None of them. And came out on the highways and byways, all right, in garments with fringes with the border of blue. Nobody's done it until we did it, man. That's right. All right? Our apostles and elders, and we entered into their labor. So let that be a lesson to any of you new, just woke up thinking you know every damn thing, guys. Right? Them add water Israelites. That's right. With dreadlocks down to their, to their middle of their back and shit. You're right. You just got a handle that them troops gonna snatch you around as they beat your ass. Right? Maybe have that damn handle on your hand, on your head. All that long ass hair. You think they gonna grab it? They gonna grab it, man. You're gonna realize on that day how disadvantaged you are. Right? And some guys grab you by your hair and stick them knives in your neck. And then all in your back and chest. Right? And you could have got away or even defeated them. The simple fact you couldn't bring your head up because they had a grip on your hair. You see how when a woman grabs your hair, what do you think it's like if a man grips it and locks his arm?
Wherever the head
All
goes,
right?
the body follows.
Right, and you need your spinal alignment to be effective. I don't care how great of a warrior you are. If your neck is twisted, you can't really defend yourself. All right? So yeah, you keep on wearing them long ass dreadlocks. You're gonna find out the hard way, man. There's gonna be a whole lot of beheaded and slit throat, weed smelling niggas with their pants dead with their pants still sagging.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Right. They're gonna learn how much of a unmanly and how unmanly it is, Alizar.
Yeah.
And how easily defeated you can be physically by a much lesser man just because your hair was long. Esau cannot have that.
No, that's right.
Right? At all. Bring it out, brother.
And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom. A couple of them just walked by. All right? That Esau can't have.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
And of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith Yahweh, that doeth this. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper.
Right, so those on the bottom are going to overtake the people that are reaping the benefits from this society. It's prophesied. The Bible has always said that. All right? It didn't say that God loved everybody. Never said that.
He actually said he jumped over in the middle, man. That's a drop that fall from the list, man. They ain't shit.
The plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that sows seed. And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel.
He's going to end our captivity. Hills mean small countries, man. They're going to melt. They're going to be destroyed. Mountains and hills represents governments. Large governments, large countries, small governments. All right? Go ahead.
And they shall build the way cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof.
Yeah, so they won't be fleeing out of their own land and not safe in their own land and dying of cancer at the highest rate in the world. How are you the Lord's chosen people and you over in Israel getting cancer and dying on a regular basis? More so than anybody else in the world, but you're the chosen though. Yeah. Sure.
And it says in the Songs of Solomon.
Matter of fact, somebody look up, give me an article on that. Go ahead.
Basically, Songs of Solomon. Basically, he said he had to kiss him.
Yeah, I go in the sun, I get dark.
Yeah.
All right, I need to go and get in the sun and get even, so I can be nice and golden like all of this. Right? Everywhere. Right?
Oh, it says
Man, I thought there was 2 chicks in this.
Yeah, come on, man.
Wow.
Songs of Solomon 1:6. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of vineyards. Of my own vineyard have I not kept. So, you know, the Israelites, we were always in the sun. We didn't have to worry about being diseased or catching sun cancer or all that other shit.
Right, the sun actually fills us with vitamin D.
Yeah.
You don't have to take as much vitamin D as you do, you know, in the wintertime, winter months.
And it ups our testosterone.
Yeah. So the sun is good for us. Hence the reason, one of the reasons why Esau is constantly spraying shit and blocking out. Because, you know, Esau, he can't spend a day in the sun like you.
Nope.
The next week or so, he
look like a fucking
don't touch me.
Right. You do this. Right. You ever let a hot dog?
This nigga tapping out.
We used to eat glizzies.
You said, what's up, bro? This nigga on
Right. You ever seen a hot dog when you leave it in the water?
Yeah.
It's like that strip with like red on that.
Yeah, on top of it.
That's how Esau look.
You got a drink called the Sunburn
And don't be
Challenge.
eating them glizzies.
The Sunburn Challenge.
Yeah, and they be red with dots all over them and shit, man. They be breaking out.
And they get skin cancer as a result of that. Too.
Yeah.
Look like
Right? Hence the reason. Anybody get an article?
I'm still looking for something.
All right. Go ahead.
They ain't gonna let me get that quick.
Because I was watching something this morning talking about it. That's what made it pop in my head. You got something?
Yeah.
Bring it out, brother.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 17. And he shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. Like how the brothers were saying, the Lord is going to use his men to render judgment upon the heathen, man. Now also goes in, we're going to be beating y'all into the powder, like into shit. We're going to beat y'all with rod to iron.
Right. The original name of the Chicago camp was Mapataza, which means battle axe. Right? And so somebody gonna be that battle axe of the Lord, man. Bring it out, brother.
Jeremiah 16.
There it is.
So it's I was just telling the elder I couldn't find they're not showing me nothing with the actual numbers, but the skin cancer rates out there so fucked up, man, that they got to have it's called a Skin Cancer Awareness Week of Early Detection. Because they out there getting fucked up by the sun, man. They can't deal with that shit.
Which,
that's from the timesofisrael.com, man.
And so that alone, that's another thing letting you know that they can't be the people.
Yeah.
Because that's not dwelling in peace and safety alone. Right? They said they would be dwelling in peace and safety alone. That's not peace and safety. Right? When you know a couple days at the beach and all of a sudden you and your child both have skin cancer.
Yeah. The Lord don't like your ass, man. The sun don't even like you.
Right. Now, you know you're vampires.
Right.
Right? You know.
Like Underworld.
Exactly. Which is my favorite series on vampires ever. Because if you're really paying attention, the vampires are representation of Esau. And the werewolves are representing Jacob. And it was the big swole, the big Jake with the deep voice. In case you didn't know, he's the writer. He wrote that and he acted in it, but he actually wrote in it and was directing as well. All right,
Brilliant motherfucker.
yeah. So he wrote that, and it's very spiritual. Which leads me to believe, I know that man knows he's an Israelite. All right, the way he put that story together, man. And it was ancient, you know, because he was in the first and the second one, right? Because it was 600 years from the time he got turned to the time he died, right? And he was one of the mightiest, right?
Gotta be a Jake.
Exactly. Yeah, and when you watch it too, it was so spiritual. And the older ones could actually turn on the spot. You know, the newer ones have to wait for the the moon and all that. But the older, strongest ones, they could just turn like and whenever they felt like. Right. Now imagine, you could all of a sudden you got the strength of 100 men on boom, just like that. Not to mention they were strong as hell even in their human form.
Right.
Even in their human form, they could throw cars and shit. All right? Go ahead, brother.
I'm talking about how ultimately the Lord gonna raise us up.
Yeah, because there's gonna be a lot of Jakes out here throwing cars, man.
Fact.
God knows
Yeah,
this.
literally. All right?
Like that game prototype.
Yeah. That game go hard, man.
Oh, yeah.
Prototype.
Yeah.
I actually got two.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 16 and 16. It says, "Behold, I will send for many fishes," said Yahweh. Right, because we're ultimately fishing for the elect right now. That's what our job is, to fish for the elect. It says, "And they shall fish them," which is talking about the elect. We're fishing for the elect. "And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks." Because what these elites is going to be in hiding, you know. And just to back that up, I got this real quick. This is the book of Revelation 6, and Revelation 6, I'm going to just jump straight to the point. Revelation 6 and 15. "And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, from the wrath of the Lamb being Yahushua. It says, For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? right? Because these elites know that what? Yahweh Shai is coming back. He's going to raise up his elect, and they're ultimately screwed, man. You know?
Bring it up.
Joshua, the 23rd chapter, 10th verse. Just going into basically what the elder was talking about, when one man's going to have like 100 men strength. This is Joshua, 23rd chapter, 10th verse. One man of you shall chase 1,000, for the Lord your power, he is that fighter for you, as he had promised you. They're going to us have that spiritual power, man.
Right.
1,000 men, only one of us.
Right. When that Lord lift up that standard, man, and we go supercell on y'all ass. If y'all haven't seen supercell, you need to watch it. Yeah, you need to watch it. And it really get good around the third episode. And that's another one you can't have. Definitely. Yeah, exactly.
I got one. This Zechariah 12 and 8. It says, in that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David.
That's scary. God, man. And David, you know, is the mightiest man that ever lived. So he said the feeble among us.
Yep.
So we older brothers, we sickly brothers, you know, we younger brothers that's real young. The Lord said that they're going to be as David, man.
And then it says, and the house of and the house of David shall be as Yahweh, as the angel of Yahweh before them.
Man.
That's right.
It's going to be absolutely nothing you can do to stop us.
Yeah.
And we won't even need weapons.
No.
I got to have a sword in my hand just for style points.
Right. Got to.
Not just for style points, man.
Got to.
You know, matter of fact, I'm not even going to carry mine. It's going to float next to me.
Right.
Wherever I go, it's just going to float. So when I'm going, I just grab it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, the blind swords.
Blind sword.
You know?
Yeah. Mortal Kombat. Yep.
It's just for style points. Yep. You know, you remember that scene in what was it, Chronicle? When all the cops surrounded him.
Yeah.
Right? And he just did this and all the cop cars flew back.
Yeah, that was
flipped over.
Yep.
Right?
God damn.
And when the dude, and then it was crazy how it was a Gadite that took down Esau. You can't make this up, man. It said, "Gas shall overcome at the last."
Yep.
And there was a giant statue of a Gadite holding a spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what they threw in the wicked Edomite. He looked at the statue and made the statue throw the spear right through him. And the spear was so gigantic, it stuck through him and hit the ground. He was just standing up. Took his wicked ass out. Right? But you ain't got to, you know, Esau ain't getting no power. Esau already got power. It's called drones and lasers and sound machines, and wave machines. And so he already have his sword that's in full effect. And it ain't gonna be enough when the Lord lift up that standard. Right? It's not gonna be enough. He don't have enough bullets. Right? he ain't gonna have enough bullets, man. All right?
This is Isaiah 14 and 2. And the people shall take them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Those strangers join with us on the Israelite foreigners. Those are the Israelite foreigners that got scattered. All right? The ones that are spoken about in Revelation 7 and 9. Read.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right?
And the people shall take them.
So the them is the other nations.
And bring them to their place.
Somebody get that in the NLT.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Servants and handmaids, man. All right? So all you people that's been claimed by the men of the Lord, you're showing up for duty. All right? And you gonna drink that servitude. All right? Yeah, let him finish. He was holding something. We gonna finish with that.
And they shall take them captives whose captives they were.
No, they gonna take them captives whose captives they were. We're still their captives. We always tell you, man, if you got a birth certificate, if you have a social security number, all right, you are a captive. All right, you have to get permission to even leave the country. You gotta get a passport and all this other mess, man. That's right. Why? Because you're under a contractual law. The very word employee means slave. Look it up. If you are an employee, you are a slave. Okay? We got what you want. Some more.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
There it is, man. So the oppressors, the colonizers are the oppressors. So you figure it out.
Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. So should they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory of the rising of the sun. When the enemy should come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord should lift up a standard against it.
Right, because they coming in like a flood, man.
Oh, yeah.
They gonna be kicking in doors, but they gonna kick in some doors they wish they hadn't. And the word is gonna spread, man. All right? Yeah, they gonna, you know, like if you've never seen Chronicle, go watch Chronicle. That's good. If you haven't seen Supercell, I suggest you start watching it today.
Yep, absolutely.
All right?
Great. Great.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and 1 in the NLT. It says, but the Lord will have mercy on the descendants of Jacob.
Well, so that's making it clear. It didn't say nothing about the other people. This is the day of the Lord. As a matter of fact, in my book, if I'm not mistaken, I think it says at the top, things that happen upon the return of the Lord. You know, go ahead.
He will choose Israel as his special people once again. He will bring them back to settle once again in their own land.
And they said nothing about the other nations.
And people from different nations will come to join them there and unite with the people of Israel.
And they go unite under captivity. All right, go ahead.
The nations of the world will help the people of Israel to return. And those who come to live in the Lord's land will serve them.
So, wait a minute. I'm going to help you to return, but I'm going to serve you. You see the way they just told their ass there. So they said so because that would get you all screwed up. Said, see, they're gonna be okay. No, they right. So no, it's like I'm gonna build up your nation and help you to rule over me. No, man, they're gonna get forced to do it. Right? They gotta suffer the cup of slavery and oppression. Double. Somebody get that real quick. We'll close with that.
They get a little funnier on that story, how they try to double speak. It says, those who captured Israel will themselves be captured.
See? So they told their ass again.
And Israel will rule over its enemies.
There it is, man. So it didn't right. So at the end, they had to tell the truth. All right? Come.
This Revelation chapter 18, verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she had filled to her double.
So she got to get double, man. They got to get double of everything we went through. And what we went through is worse. There's no nation on earth that ever suffered like we are. And so you can understand why these Edomites are so afraid. That's right. All right. Hey, so with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, Shai, Yahweh, 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 Yahweh,